Hello everybody, welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Friday, December 6, 2024. We are back with our college football best bets of the day, conference championship edition. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach and welcome to Being the Odds. And let's recap last Saturday's results. So, college football season, we did awesome. And then last Saturday, man, we got our heart ripped out, dude. Holy shit. Members only best bet Texas A&M plus 5.5. That was our biggest bet of the day. Unbelievable loss. Shut down at the goal line. I mean, just brutal loss. South Carolina plus 2.5. That was a huge win. Arkansas plus 3.5. Absolutely terrible loss. They should have covered this game easy, and they blew it at the end. Same thing with Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt plus 11.5. Missed on a 2-point conversion, but they're up 17-0 at one point. They couldn't get it done. It was insane. Baylor plus. Then our free picks went great, 3-2. Baylor plus 1.5. Dub. USC plus 7.5. Absolutely should have won. Absolutely should have won. And we lost because of three. I think it was back-to-back pick sixes, which is just unbelievable. Under 42.5, Michigan, Ohio State, that was a win. Alabama minus 10.5, that was also a win. K-State plus 2.5, that was a game we absolutely should not have won. That was terrible. Overall for the year, though, can't complain. We're 130-90, so we're having a fantastic season. Best bets are 57-36 overall for the year. So college football has been a cash cow for us all fucking fall. And we have plays for you guys here today for Friday conference championship games. We'll have another video tomorrow for the Saturday conference championship games, which I'm very, very excited about, especially since my Penn State and Indy Lions were the Big Ten championship, baby. But we have, like I said, we got plays for you guys here today, but also I wanted to talk about the college football rankings as well, because I had a lot. I was thinking about the college football rankings. I saw them come out, and I thought the committee fucked this up royally. This is my top 12 that I like. Okay, so I'm gonna put it up on the screen here. But Oregon number 1, obviously, they're undefeated. They've beaten everybody. They've beaten the brakes off just about everybody. They've been awesome. Texas, you can't keep them at number 2 right now. They've been great all year, other than that Georgia game. But Texas, they have to be number 2. Penn State number 3. Absolutely, they are the 3rd best team in the country without question, in my opinion. 4th, now you're starting to get hairy. Now I'm going to put Notre Dame in there like the committee did, but for me, the more I think about it, the more I would flip Georgia into the number 4 spot because they're just better, in my opinion. But that's that. Notre Dame, then Georgia number 5. Now this is where they completely screw this up. This is my top 25 or top 12, excuse me. Tennessee's got to be number 6. They are a way better team than, I think they're like 8th in the college football rankings. Like right now, let's look at college football rankings really quick. The college football rankings right this minute are somehow Tennessee is number 7 behind Ohio State. You've got to put Tennessee above Ohio State. Tennessee had a loss to Arkansas, but they were in Arkansas off of a major win, and that's really that. There are two loss teams. That was probably their one. There was like their one like bad loss, and then they lost to Georgia, which, I mean, people lose to Georgia, not the end of the world. Ohio State lost to Michigan. There's in Ohio State with the worst Michigan team in at least the last what do we think, like 5, 6 years, something like that, maybe even 8. So maybe before Jim Harbaugh, this was like the worst team. They could not make an offense. They could not throw the ball forward. Like, they could not do it. So I don't understand how Tennessee is behind Ohio State. I would put Tennessee at 6. I think that's a rightful spot because they did lose to Georgia. And you know what? Honestly, you could make a case that Georgia should be number 4, Tennessee number 5, Notre Dame number 6. The more I think about it, I know I made these rankings. I should have done this beforehand. But the more I think about it, I think it should actually be Notre Dame number 6, really, because that bad loss to NIU and they haven't played anybody. 7, you got to go SMU, 1-loss team, and they've beaten like teams that are ranked, which I like. Ohio State's 8. That was a horrible loss. It was the last game of the season. You've got to pull them down. And if a team like if certain teams can tumble because of bad losses, which that's fine if that's a precedent. Ohio State's got to drop to number 8. And number 8, I think they still host a playoff game. They're still going to host a playoff game. I couldn't put anyone else above them, but 8 is, I think, the right spot for them. Boise should be 9. They've beaten everyone on their schedule, and the one team they lost to was Oregon, who's undefeated, and they lost by 3. That to me shows that they are a top 10 team. Plus, they have, in my opinion, the Heisman Trophy winner Ashton Jeanty on their team. Then you got Miami. I think they should still be in. They've got a good team. They had a tough end of the season. Syracuse is a legitimately good team. I don't care. I mean, like I've been saying this all year. We've bet on Syracuse a lot this year, and they've won us a lot of games. And same thing with Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is not getting the respect they deserve. Those two teams, I'm not saying that they're like top 10 teams, but both those teams should be ranked to the top 25. And Miami, I think, should still be in the playoff. Then give me South Carolina, then Bama. Now, by the way, you're going to say, well, Zach, Bama beat South Carolina. Okay, first off, by 2 points, yes. I'm pretty sure Lenora Sellers was coming off an injury. It was his first game back. If that was full strength Lenora Sellers, South Carolina wins that game outright. And South Carolina, the last 6 weeks, is on a 6-game win streak, and they have beaten so many. They beat the brakes off of A&M. They beat Clemson in Clemson when Clemson was fighting for an ACC championship spot. Now, funny enough, they're still going to get it because the Miami lost. But they were not remotely, with that loss, they were basically out unless Miami had lost, and then they did. So, like, the thing is that this South Carolina team has beaten good teams, and we've been riding South Carolina a lot the last few weeks. I mean, beating Missouri in Missouri. I mean, there's so many opportunities for them to, like, have tripped up, and they just kept rising occasion over and over again. There's a missed call in the LSU game where South Carolina absolutely should have won that game. We had South Carolina plus 6.5 in that game. We did cover that spread, but they absolutely should have beaten LSU. And South Carolina, if you take out Lenora Sellers was hurt in the second half of that game, and then they lost a couple games with Sellers like out, and then when he comes back in, they don't lose. So I understand they keep South Carolina out, and then I would put Bama in at 12. I just when you really think about them between them and Ole Miss is just too many bad losses. I mean, they lost to Kentucky. They lost. I mean, I'm just blanking on their bad losses, but they lost recently they beat the fuck out of Mississippi State. But I mean, they've had some really, really bad losses. I mean, they got smoked by Georgia. They lost to Florida in the Swamp. That's the one I was thinking of. That's the one I was thinking of when it comes to Florida and Ole Miss. They got absolutely smoked. And they'll be 24. Losing by 7 to Florida is not remotely acceptable if you're trying to go to the college football playoff. They only beat Mississippi State by 12. So I don't really see how you put Ole Miss in. But Bama, South Carolina, and Miami all should be in. You've got to pull Indiana out because they haven't played anybody, and they got smoked by Ohio State. You've got to pull out. I mean, you got to pull them out. I just don't see how you can do that. I don't understand how you put Indiana in over any of these teams because they're too good. So that's who I liked in it. Let me know what y'all think about the rankings in the chat in the comments. Excuse me. But I just think college football playoff got this so wrong so many ways. So that's what I have for it. Now let's jump into why we're actually here. We're here for the picks. So first play that we're going to roll with here today is I'm going to go with Boise State minus 3.5 versus UNLV. Now this is a square play, full on square play. The sharp money is on UNLV. I just think the Sharps are wrong, man. I just think they are. I don't think UNLV's defense can hold up. Last time these teams played, Boise State, I mean, they ran all over this team. And everyone was giving the UNLV quarterback a major props after he replaced Sluka, or whatever the fuck his name was, in the beginning of the season when he pulled out because of NIL money. And he played great. The first couple games played really, really good. Since then, hasn't been the same guy. And Boise should be, I think their defense is better than UNLV. Boise's been in big spots like this. They have the best player on the field. I think they have a better coach. I love Boise State here minus 3.5, even though they are playing in Vegas, I'm pretty sure, for the Mountain West Championship. UNLV doesn't have the same kind of home crowd that like a Raiders do or something like that. So give me the Boise minus 3.5 versus UNLV today. And then I'm going to go with the over 57.5 in Western Kentucky and Jacksonville State. Both these teams play a lot of hurry up. They should be able to get over this number pretty easily. The sharp money today is all over, and I mean all over. The over in this game. Right now, the betting, if you guys look at the split here, I'm pulling up my my spreadsheet here. But yeah, the 44% of the money, 40% of the bet, is on the over here, 50% of the money, and I wouldn't be surprised this move from 57.5 all the way up to 59.5, maybe even 60.5. But right now it's 57.5 as I bet it. So I like the over in that game. And we do have a play for Tulane and Army. That is a members only best bet. We have a full slate of members only best bets for our members here today. You can get those all at zdmbets.com/picks. The website is linked in the comments below. And just so you guys know, our average member, if they just take our plays, are $100 bettors. And a lot of our bettors are more than $100 bettors. But $100 better if they're a member and they just take our members only best bets along with our free plays. Their average is they make on average about $1,800 a month. That is the average, and as long as someone plays it, that is what happens. So if you don't want to just go on the monthly and you want to try it out, totally fine. There's a daily package, only $65, and grab at least 4 picks a day for members only best bets. So here's the zdmbets.com/picks website in the comments below. And if you guys like the video and we've made you a little bit of money, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and share this with literally every person that you know, because we want to take money from the sports books. I want to help as many people as humanly possible out with that. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, share it with everybody, like the video. So guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together now. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.